What's up guys, this is Kephas, and in this video we will be continuing our discussion on the various zones we will be visiting in Battle for Azeroth. Last time we talked about Zuldazar, home to the Zandalari capital. This time we will be visiting the northern swamplands of Nazmir. Now remember, these are two of the three zones that make up the island of Zandalar, which is where the Horde will be heading first in Battle for Azeroth. The one thing that Zuldazar and Nazmir have in common is that they are primarily occupied by trolls, and that's it. So it kinda goes without saying this, but I'm going to say it anyways. If you're a Horde player and you do not like troll lore and troll themes, you're going to have a really bad time because much of the story in Zandalar focuses around the trolls. But I will say that I was one of those people and I used to groan every time Blizzard gave us a troll patch. I mean, when you look back, we had all the troll stuff in vanilla,
Trolls,
which was fine, but then in BC we had the Zul'Aman patch,
Trolls,
which really had nothing to do with the Outlands plotline. In Wrath we had Drakari,
Trolls,
and in Cataclysm we had Troll Dungeon revamps,
Trolls,
which again had really nothing to do with the overall plot of the expansion, and they even managed to make an appearance in Pandaria.
Trolls.
And that's not to say that all of the stuff we got with them was bad. It's just that whenever trolls were involved, it kind of felt like filler, and overall it made the trolls come across as nothing more than a bunch of pests. And now, with the Zandalari being the main focus, and going from being our enemies to being our allies, it feels a lot better. There are a lot of new and interesting troll characters being introduced, and it's helping to create a lot of new and intriguing storylines. But where Zuldazar focuses on the Zandalari, Nazmir focuses on a great Zandalari threat, the Blood Trolls. And right off the bat, characters make it very clear that you do not want to go to Nazmir, because the Blood Trolls are not a group of people that you want to mess with.
None of you are coming back from Nazmir, our poor king, losing his daughter to this foolish crusade.
And on a side note, I have to say that I really appreciate all the voice acting this time around. It feels like there's even more fully voiced dialogue in Battle for Azeroth than in any other expansion, and it's really helping me get sucked into the story. And because of this, while I was excited, I was also somewhat uneasy about coming to Nazmir, because the Blood Trolls had been built up so well. That, and once again, the ambience is on point. Seriously, when you play through this stuff, I highly recommend that you turn up your ambience all the way, because it really helps contribute to the environment and feel of pretty much everywhere you go. Nazmir may not be the first swamp we've ever visited in World of Warcraft, but it is by far the creepiest, in my book. Perfect location for an evil group called Blood Trolls. Also, the Blood Trolls are kinda gross. Being Blood Trolls, let's just say that there's a lot of blood involved. So if you don't like blood, you're gonna have a bad time. Basically, the Blood Trolls have become a threat to the Zandalari, and you're here to stop them. For the longest time, the Zandalari didn't really consider the Blood Trolls to be anything to worry about, and that might come back to bite them because early on you discover that the Blood Trolls are in possession of a Metal Gear. Seriously, it's like the Warcraft troll version of a Metal Gear that's like powered by blood or something. It's not good, and if you don't stop them from activating it, things are going to get really bad. So the good guys set up a small base of operations, and the campaign against the Blood Trolls begins. So right off the bat, the tone is very different from Zuldazar, where in Zuldazar you were running around in a major capital city. Here you are in uncharted territory that is very, very unsafe. And on more than one occasion the game does a very good job at emphasizing this point. The major thing that I really appreciate about Nazmir so far is its plot. It really helps bring back down the tone of the overall story, and its stakes. We've gone from saving the planet and fighting out in space, and we've brought it back down to civilization versus civilization, or in this case, tribe versus tribe. You could argue that the stakes aren't nearly as high as they have been, but at the same time, they're a lot more grounded, and in my opinion, far more interesting. There are a fair share of dark plot points in Nazmir. You have to remember that you're dealing with very savage people.
It is true. Mother did wrong. But I forgive her. Now we can spend the rest of eternity together on the other side.
But a lot of what they do and what they ask you to do is very necessary for their survival, because they've put their survival in the hands of some ancient, powerful deities that we're finally going to get to meet. Overall, I really enjoyed my short time in Nazmir, and I cannot wait to go back when the game goes live. I was really sucked in by the story and the overall environment of the zone. But I will say that a lot of the quests themselves were your standard fare, and there really wasn't anything to shake any of that up. I was mostly killing things, picking up things, and using a quest item on other things. But that honestly doesn't really bother me all that much, and besides that, I only did a small portion of the quests in the zone, so it's hard to say what the zone's going to provide overall in terms of quest variety. But there are a good number of branching quest lines, and the voice acting and story bits woven throughout the quests really help set them apart. Ultimately, I cannot wait to head back to Nazmir, because I really want to find out where the story goes between the Blood Trolls and the Zandalari.
Trolls.
If you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that like button, and feel free to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it as well. You can also subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter at TheKephas to be notified as soon as new videos are posted. Thanks for watching, have a wonderful day, this is Kephas, until next time.